Disclaimer. Welcome to The Hills Have Eyes, 1977. With a running time of only 90 minutes, it doesn't waste any time getting to the story. The movie starts out, a family stops by, they need some gas, and they fill their car up with gas, or at least whatever Frank has left.
Cleaning up.
I'll fill it up and check the oil and water.
Give you what I got. Ain't got much. I'm just closing down.
This is when the rest of the family steps out, and you get to see your main protagonists for the very first time. Bobby, Lynn, my favorite character Doug, aka Pornstash, which is what I'm calling him the rest of the video, Brenda, Ethel, and Bob, who was the one who asked for the gas in the first place.
I'll fill it up and check the oil and water.
I know that may seem like a lot of characters to keep up with, but it's not. They play very well off each other. It's very smooth. Basically what I'm saying is this isn't a Shrek 3 situation. It's really easy to keep up with. They get their gas, they get everything fixed, and on their way they go. And then they crash.
Plastic watering can.
This is when you, as the watcher, first encounter a villain. They don't yet, but you do. You don't get a lot, but there's enough there to keep you interested. It gets you asking questions. Somehow I forgot to mention it earlier, but the baby is like the most important character in this entire movie. And the dogs too, Beauty and Beast. Anyway. And after conversing and talking for a little bit, they do the thing you probably shouldn't do when you're stranded and alone and you don't know what you're doing. They split up Scooby-Doo style. Bob, Bobby, and Pornstash split up Scooby-Doo style.
Alright, man, synchronize watches. It's 3:38. If you're not back by midnight, we'll have to board the submarine without you.
And then you get the first death of the movie. Now, I don't want to spoil who or what it is, but it hurts. Now, it's starting to get dark. The women are starting to get worried.
Mayday. Mayday, this is Mobile Unit 23.
Nobody's came back yet, and now the movie really starts picking up pace quickly. Bobby goes back into the mobile home with the three other women, and they start hearing banging noises. But there's nothing out there. And then Pornstash comes back as well, with a bunch of loot he found, like it's some kind of Fallout game or something.
You mind pointing that thing somewhere else? It gets cold out there.
Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
This is when you get a good look at who the villains are. All of them. There's more than one. And you also see a reoccurring character from the beginning of the movie, but I'm not going to spoil that. A couple of pretty significant things happen, but I'm not going to say them because I don't want to spoil too much. And then you get a sex scene, but it's very tame. At least the first one is, anyway. There's a second one pretty much right after that is very uncomfortable and not consensual. And also lasts like 5 minutes. You know, that's the climax of the movie though, is basically that scene. The movie wouldn't be the movie without that scene in it, so it is important to have it in there. Because now the revenge arc happens. Yep, and boy is it fun.
Give me a second.
You get some pretty hefty dialogue between the villains and what they're gonna do now. And right after the dialogue, it cuts to a scene of Pornstash running through the rocks and through the mountains and stuff. But it kind of seems out of place a little bit. Like, I feel like something between the two scenes was left out. I don't know, it just feels weird. Actual revenge is starting to happen. It's like the point in Home Alone where the wet bandits finally make it into the house and all of Kevin's traps start working and stuff. We're at that point in the movie. And it's really intense. Pornstash is up in the mountains and the rocks, kind of spying on the enemies, trying to see what they're gonna do next. And then a genuinely heart-wrenching scene pops up. Like, this broke me the first time. Like, you don't realize what they're really doing at first, but you know it's sad, and that's what I like about it. You finally get to see one of the traps, and it works. kinda. Like, it halfway works anyway, like it does what it's supposed to, but it doesn't finish the job. You know, kinda like how I dropped out of college with only 2 semesters left to go. Shit! And then... Look, I know the movie's considered a cult classic, and I know it's not amazing or anything, but I loved it. It had character, it had class, kinda. I loved it, and I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. If you have 90 minutes of free time and you want to watch a movie, a horror movie, probably not with your parents, give it a shot.